For today's video lesson, I prepared questions about differentiation which come up in year 11 to year 13 in Math and also in IB course. Differentiation is really important topic in high school since it can be applied in many different ways. So for today, I prepared the very basic entrance level of this topic, so you may learn how to do differentiation through this video. To solve today's question, you have to know the standard form of differentiated function. We are now going to let y equals to ax to the power of n for the standard form when a and n is any real number. By differentiating this function, you can get dy dx while dy dx means differentiated function. Move down n first to the front, times by ax to the power of n minus 1. This is the very standard way of differentiating the function. Since the function y can be written as fx, we can rewrite the formula as fx equals to ax to the power n and f prime x, which is the result of differentiated function, as the same. Okay, so for the first question, when fx is equal to x to the power of 6, then f prime x, move down 6 first, and then times to x, and we have to do n minus 1 now, which is 6 minus 1. Then the result can be written as 6x to the power of 5. This result means the differentiated function of fx. The next example is when fx is equal to 2x to the power of 3, then f prime x is move down 3 first, then times by 2 to the power of 3 minus 1. Then the result is now 6x to the power of 2. This result means the differentiated function of fx again. The next question is fx is equal to 5x to the power of 8. Then f prime x can be written as move down 8 first, then 8 times by 5x to the power of 8 minus 1. Then it is now 40x to the power of 7. Now let's go for when fx is equal to 9x, then f prime x is, since we can rewrite 9x as 9x to the power of 1, move down 1 first, then times by 9x to the power of 1 minus 1, which is now 0. Then we can write it as 9x. Since x to the power 0 is equal to 1, then the result is now 9. This is again the result of differentiated function of fx. Hope the concept is now getting clear. The next question is when fx is equal to the number itself, for example, like number 10, you can write any number here. You have to remember that when differentiating the number, the result itself is now 0. This is very important. Try to memorize this one. The next question that I prepared is 2x to the power of 4 plus 7x. When differentiating two terms that is shown like here, you just simply differentiate both terms separately and write it like this. 4 times by 2x to the power of 4 minus 1 plus 1 times by 7x to the power of 1 minus 1. Then the result is now 8x to the power of 3 plus 7x to the power of 0. Since x to the power of 0 is 1, the final result is now 8x to the power of 3 plus 7. The last question for today is 8x to the power of 3 minus 5x to the power of 2. Then f prime x is equal to 3. Move down to the front, times by 8x, 3 minus 1. And then move down number 2 in front again, and times by minus 5x. To the power of 2 minus 1. Then the result is now 24x to the power of 2 minus 10x to the power of 1. Try not to miss this minus sign. Okay, so these final results are the differentiated function of each. Hope you now get the very basic idea of how to differentiate simple functions. So this is it for today's video. Let me upload the various levels of differentiation soon.